Hello and welcome to 502 Sessions. I'm your host, Brian Kirby. Today we have a very special honored guest for 502 Sessions. He's a two-time Grammy-nominated artist. He was inducted into the National Traditional Country Music Hall of Fame, originally from Cambridge, Massachusetts, through Westmoreland, Tennessee, back up to Maryland. He's been performing for 40-odd years. He's an author, a composer, old-time country music, folkabilly. It's going to be a great show today, and I'm very pleased to have Mark Brine on 502 Sessions.
Today's gonna be a fishing day. I can feel it in my bones. The birds are chirping in the early dawn, as if they're enough reason alone. The fishes, they're gonna be biting. I could tell with just one look. Today they're gonna be snapping up practically anything. You wanna be slapping on a hook. Going down to Beaver Creek with my old cane fishing pole. Either gonna bring me back that big one or the greatest fishing tale ever told. Ain't gonna show at the job today. Ain't gonna work no waste. I deserve a break today. It's gonna be a fishing day. Yeah, today's gonna be vacation time, playing hooky on the human race. Gonna prop my back up against a riverbank log, smack a big old smirk right across my face. Ain't a soul gonna spoil my hard-earned fun. My time is rolled around to play. Don't care what nobody's got to say. It's gonna be a fishing day. Going down to Beaver Creek with my old cane fishing pole. Either gonna bring me back that big one or the greatest fishing tale ever told. Ain't gonna show at the job today. Ain't gonna work no ways. I deserve a break today. It's gonna be a fishing day. Yeah, it's gonna be a fishing day all day. That's what I say. Fishing day. All alone and blue, don't know what in this world to do. All alone and blue. All day long, all night too. All I can think about is you. Blue tears, blue tears fill my eyes. Blue tears. Ever since you left me, baby, blue tears keep falling like raindrops from the sky. Please, baby, please come home. Please, you know you're a good man. Just can't survive like this all alone. It's all alone and blue. Don't know what in this world to do without you. All alone and blue. All day long, all night too. All I can think about is you. It's all alone and blue. All alone and blue. It's a dark day out there, baby, take a look. It's raining like cats and dogs. Hey, let's not spend all day just trying to dodge in and out of them wet raindrops. Yeah, it's an H2O day. It's gonna stay that way. We might as well settle on in and make the best. Try not to get wet till Mr. Sun pokes his head out again. Yes, it makes you wanna yawn, lay up all day long. Ain't a whole lot you can do. Baby, pass me my guitar. Believe I'm gonna write a little tune all about these Inductee blues. Yes, it makes you wanna yawn, lay up all day long. I believe I know what we could do. First, baby, come here close to me and let me sing you this song I wrote now. Live, I'm gonna call it the Inductee blues. And now that it's all done, baby, let's go have some fun. Love away these duck day blues, duck day blues.
502 Sessions, I'm here with Mark Brine. So Mark, I want to start at the beginning, but first, let's define your style a little bit, only because in reading your bio and whatnot, you're old-time country, folkabilly. I mean, how do you peg yourself as a certain style?
Well, in a general sense, I see myself more as like a folk artist. I mean, generally, I mean, Americana. And, you know, I'm really into all things Americana. You know, I'm a big Mark Twain reader, and, you know, all things that, you know, and the blues, which is such a part of our history, and, you know, the old hillbilly. I love it all. You know, the music business, or any business, always has marketing, where they have, like, you know, everybody's got to fit into this little shell of things, you know, and that's so that they can market to an audience, which is understandable. But, you know, I always felt like a kid in a candy store. I just love it all. If it's really good, you know, that's what I like. And, you know, I love anything traditional based, you know.
So a true artist. I mean, you're seeking the art and marketing. I mean, it's necessary, but...
Yeah, you know, that could put you, like, into I mean, we all get kind of pigeonholed a little bit. I mean, it's just kind of natural, you know what I mean? But I just, you know, it's hard for me to just be into one kind of thing, you know? I've always had a lot of trouble with that. And I think it's limiting. I mean, if you look at the older artists that I admire more than the newer ones, quite frankly, you know, that's what they did. I mean, Hank Williams, you know, is considered like a hillbilly artist. We all know him as that country singer. But, you know, if you look at his repertoire, it goes into everything. The only thing that holds it together is that he uses the same band, or the same kind of unit. So it all kind of sounds a little bit the same, you know. The Beatles were the same. The Beatles, you know, they did everything. But there was that continuity of what they had when they played it that sort of, you know, kept it into one thing, you know.
So take me a little bit through, speaking of the Beatles and Hank Williams, take me through a little bit of your history. So you're born in Cambridge and stayed here until you're 25 or so. So you came up through Cambridge, Boston area, in the 60s.
Yes.
And so Cambridge was a hotspot of true folk music. And talk to me about some of the clubs and the things. You said you're a member of the 47 Club, which was in Club 47, and now it's...
Yes, it's Passim now, Club
Exactly.
Passim. But yeah, I was a member at 13 years old. I lived 4 or 5 blocks from there, you know, and we used to go down to Harvard Square, and all those coffee houses, they had the Blue Parrot. There was a bunch of them. But the Club 47 was bringing in the best talent, you know, like the... but it brought in everything roots-oriented that I was talking about earlier. You know, I seen Muddy Waters there and Howlin' Wolf, and then they had Jim Kweskin with the Jug Band on one, you know, different nights, you know.
Jug Band? No.
Yeah, well, they had the, yeah, and he was, you know, big in that area, and then they have a folk singer one night, Joan Baez would play there, you know, Bob Dylan played there, I mean, all those people. So, you know, I grew up seeing all that stuff, you know, that's why, you know, I mean, I don't, you know, like...
And we're talking the very early years of Joan Baez and Bob Dylan.
Yes. Yeah, oh yeah.
So you saw some fundamental changes go on in their careers. You were watching from the beginning. I mean, I won't pretend that I know the Jug Band name and all of them.
Jim Kweskin was very popular for the Jug Band, but anyway, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine, but I'm not going to sit here and nod my head and say, oh yeah, Jim Kweskin and the Jug Band. So, but no, I appreciate those names and the history of it. So you saw a lot of development.
Right, sure did. And you know, people always say to me, you know, like when I was down south, you know, well, you know, you come down here, you think you know hillbilly music, you know. I was listening to that music as a boy. I did know it. I was very familiar with it, you know.
Well, define hillbilly music. I'll interrupt you now. So you're saying hillbilly music.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a little bit about that? I mean,
Well, hillbilly music was be like what they originally called it, you know, and of
Originally
course
called.
country music.
Okay.
Yeah, well, what actually country music now, what's on the radio, is very is not even near, in my opinion, what country music is. Now, Waylon and Willie and them, they developed it with a rockier sound, you know, but it was still country. But it's gone on to become, I mean, you got guys wearing their baseball hats backwards and rapping about beer, you know. I mean, I can't, to me, that's just,
I haven't seen that.
It's a little too far. Well, no, it's called bro country is what I
Oh, no
understand.
kidding.
Yeah, and they actually, you know, the whole thing, you know, I mean, it just has nothing to do with the roots of country music at all.
Well,
it's really geared to sell to young kids.
So it's the marketing.
It's absolutely, totally, and they call it country, but it's not country.
Well, let me hear some more of your music, and then we'll
Sure.
chat again.
Sure thing. Okay. All righty. Well, you know, why don't I do one from that you were talking about the Grammy nomination thing. I'll do that Blue Yodel thing.
Okay.
Which is a tribute to the father of country music. Jimmy Rogers had 13 Blue Yodels, and I took the liberty of writing number 14, called the New Blue Yodel, and recorded it in New York City, a couple blocks from where he recorded his last one, and visited it that day before. So, you know, kind of try to carry on the tradition.
And this was in '92 that you wrote this?
No, actually, I wrote it probably in the late 80s, and we actually ended up recording it, I think, around in 90, and then finally got out and released, and then we got all the exposure with around 92. And but yeah, it was released in several forms. It came out first as a 45 record, which was kind of strange vinyl at that time.
Yeah, in the '90s, I think.
Yeah, and of course I sent that vinyl record to Hank Snow, and Hank Snow loved it, and he had me come on the Opry. So, you know, and by that time that he had me come on, they were putting it out on a CD with this compilation that was called the Rig Rock Jukebox, which became a very big underground collection. So it's just kind of, it's developed. Then there was an album later in '95 under that title. So, you know, it's been used a lot of times. But
All right, I look forward to hearing it.
okay, let's give it a shot.
502 Sessions, my guest today, Mark Brine.
Yeah, lady, there's a new blue yodel, let me sing it here for you. There's a new blue yodel, let me sing it here for you. Jimmy Rogers, well, he done started, but I'm gonna see it through. Because the world goes round and nothing ever really chimes. The world go around and nothing ever gonna change. It's just like one big old circle, you know, everything comes round again. Yeah, you know, the blues been with us ever since the world began. Adam and Eve done started back when the world began. And it's bound to still be with us when the good Lord, he returns again. Yeah, it don't matter where you're from, it's only where you're going to. How can you go forward when you're all looking back of you? Even Jimmy, well, he would tell you, buddy, it's time to look to the new. So here's a new blue yodel, let me sing it here for you. Here's a new blue yodel, let me sing it here for you. Jimmy Rogers, well, he done started, I know, but I'm gonna see it through. Yeah, Come home to the farm the other night, and my good little gal was gone. She took all the kitties she had run off of the city. I was feeling most alone. Took the dogs, the cats, the chickens, and all. I was feeling low down without pity. Snapped on the radio, tried to ease my mind, and even country music's gone to the city. Now, there ain't too much left for us common folks, and I swear it just ain't proper. You can't find a thing with roots that ain't yanking up Miss Progress. Ain't nothing gonna stop her. It used to be the family, God, and country, and all you got's a lot of mutiny and apathy. And just like I said, to prove my point, even country music's gone to the city. Country music gone to the city. I just think it is a doggone pity. Just a gotten the sound so shoot, it's just a pity even country music's gone to the city. Now, I run up on old Ned the other day. Here's what the old timer had to say. Mr. Mark, you know that field yonder by the creek, they built a nuclear plant out that way. Ain't there nothing that's sacred no more? Now don't tell me that I'm getting petty, 'cause there's just some things that should stay a certain way, and even country music's gone to the city. Country music gone to the city. I just think it is a doggone pity. Just a gotten the sound so shoot, it's just a pity even country music's gone to the city. Yeah, even country music's gone to the city. I think I've seen enough of this town. It's time for me to be gone. Yeah, I can hear my name calling down the line. This is telling me to come on. You know, it's like that every time. It sort of echoes in my mind until I'm long gone. And then you see me on the track, the fading image of my back going away from. 'Cause it's come time for me to be gone. It's come time for me to move on. All I got to say is so long. It's come time for me to be gone. You know, I couldn't agree more, like I always done before, my own suggestion. Yes, 'cause moving down the line, it always suits me real fine without a question. You know, just hanging around and feeling down, I'm sure it's a key to my depression. And so these shoes are gonna move, and when they do, they always do in some direction. It's come time for me to be gone. It's come time for me to move on. And all I got to say is so long. It's come time for me to be gone. It's come time for me to be gone. It's come time for me to move on. It's come time for me to be gone. You know, I tried to settle down so many times, but like a stone to keep a rolling. It's every place I ever been's another place I left for summers I was going. And I can feel it coming on, it's like a storm, it's building up, I'll soon be blowing. Yeah, like that wind, I'll disappear before they get the chance of ever really knowing. 'Cause it's come time for me to be gone. And all I got to say is so long. It's come time for me to be gone. Yeah, it's come time for me to be gone. And all I got to say is so long.
502 Sessions, I'm here with Grammy-nominated artist Mark Brine. So Mark, tell me about the CDs you have. You have numerous CDs out.
Yeah, I got a lot of them. I sure do. I think about 15 or 16, somewhere in there. I've given up count.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got my last two have done pretty good. I got some great response on them. Both of them the newest one will be awarded in September from the National Traditional Country Music Association for Old Time Blues.
Oh, good.
CD of 2015. And then I had Mark Brine and his Folkabilly Bluesgrass, which was with my pickers that are from this area, actually. And we played Sunday night. But anyway, that there was awarded Folk/Grass CD of 2013. So we, the last couple have gotten some awards, but I've had a lot of records throughout the years.
So I noticed from your bio that you have a number of singles out on 45s. And that was in the mid-70s because,
Yes.
I mean, you mentioned 45s earlier. The New Blue Yolo came out on a 45, which is kind of odd for the 90s. But you have a number of singles on 45 from the late, early, and mid-70s, right?
Yeah, I was with a couple labels in Nashville. And at that time, they were still issuing, to the radio people, and still actually could still buy 45s, yeah.
Oh, wow, I guess I'm so out
that
of it.
kind of
that I
went
didn't
out
know.
in the end of around the late 80s, about 88 or something. I put out a vinyl album, and regrettably, I went to the record store, and there was like, 10 albums in the corner, and it was all CDs, and I thought, oh boy. But so it was late 80s that started transitioning to CD.
So what have you seen in the, I don't mean to, actually I do mean to interrupt because I want to ask about this.
Sure.
So from the 70s, late 60s, early 70s through the 70s and 80s, pressing vinyl, I mean, what have you seen take place for changes in recording studios? I mean, you were recording very early on. You're still recording.
Well, it seems that, like the equipment that is used is so much better that you don't need, you used to have these big studios with high ceilings and, big room, with a control booth, like out, whatever. Now you got like a control booth and a little room where they go in, it's all almost kind of done, almost within the machine itself,
So you're talking when you're recording, I'm sorry, so when you're recording as a solo, you record in a smaller booth, guitar and vocals at once. But if you record with a big group, you must still...
Well, a lot of the things that are done, too, are done like double tracking, like where people go in and record like one instrument, and then you come in later and you might add an instrument to that, and then you do, kind of build on it. So, I mean, I'm sure that there's situations where people go in and, have the whole unit happening. I've done that, too, and, but, a lot of it nowadays seems to be that, where they're, just recorded.
I understand what you're saying. I mean, it just kind of escaped me because in my chosen music genre, I prefer to record as a group because there's interaction going on. And I forgot that you're completely correct that, people go in and they'll record their guitar part and somebody comes in later and records the bass part and they might not even see each other. So I do have friends that do that, but I need to be refreshed about that because it's such a foreign concept to me because when I play with my group, there's interaction that takes place, and I need that interaction. I couldn't go in and record my part without them.
I don't know what to say about it. I mean, I have, like I said, recorded with the whole unit all happening. The problem with that is that, there's always one guy, well, my part wasn't right, I want to do that again and whatever, and, so if you kind of like do them separate, then you can kind of like, or maybe even just get the rhythm section and all that down, and then bring in some stuff to color it. I don't know, everybody works differently with that, I don't, but you're right, in the older days, you went in and you just did it.
But not having it perfect gives it a sense of, there's a live sense, there's an energy there.
Well, and that's what I release. That's the kind of stuff I release. I don't get into all this touch-up stuff and all that. I mean, I've had people criticize it, but I don't care. It's real, like you said, and people you know, if they, everybody's got a different thing, but, you know, and I don't like doing a song, you know, 15 times either. I had one guy, and I worked in Nashville, and, you know, he wanted me to sing like 20 versions of the song, and then he'd take one line and put this one in, and then, and I said, no, I can't do that.
So you still control the production aspect when you're recording. You're
Well, I do when I produce. Now, when I don't produce, and when I say produce, pay, you know, like if whoever's paying should be the boss, I guess. You know,
okay.
they're putting out the money, and but I haven't worked with a producer. I worked with 2 producers in Nashville. The first one was pretty cooperative, you know, like I really, he was good about it. He had a vision of what he wanted to do. The second one kind of gave me like ulcers, you know, and that's after that I just, you know, I
Did you complete that project? Did you complete that project?
Yeah, I did record 3 or 4 takes of each, just to give, you know, but I didn't do the 20. I won't do that. I can't do that. You know, I mean, you lose the mood after a couple, you know, and then you just, you know, just mechanical, you know, you're just doing it. So now I worked with him, but it was a short time. I had 1 record out through him. And I wouldn't name them, you know.
No, I don't ask for that. But I'm interested
you know,
in the process. I mean, you've seen a lot and done a lot, so.
Oh yeah. Well, you know that's usually the way it is done in Nashville when for major labels. Everybody's there, and it's like all spread out, you know, and all that kind of thing. But you know, I mean, it depends. The kind of music I do, I don't need a big studio. You know, I mean, I could put 5 guys in a little room and just do it. You know, like I mean, I don't do a lot of. I try to underproduce.
Well, we just had a bluegrass band in a bit ago, and they're recording. The way they prefer to record is the 3 of them around a mic.
Yep, that's the best way.
That's the sound they want.
That's the
and they
sound,
do mic their instruments as well, but they use 1 vocal mic.
Right, but that's a different audience too.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And people like it like that, and they expect that, you know. And you know, it just really depends on what you're doing, the style, I guess, you know. But yeah, I've done both, you know. I mean, I would prefer everybody's there, and that they do. But the problem with that is that you just tend to have, like I say, there's always one guy that, oh, my part just wasn't right. And you know, when you cut it live like that, you can't go back and eliminate it totally because there's bleed through, you know. And so then you end up with a guy playing, and you can hear the other thing, and you can't. You know, in a way, it's probably. There's different ways and different approaches. Depends on the album you're doing,
I know what you're
too.
saying.
You know, I can't really say. But I prefer, like you said, where they're just recording live.
And then you do another take if you want. You pick between the takes. So.
Yeah, maybe.
And you play ukulele, you were telling me, right? So you're going to play some ukulele for us?
Well, I play limited ukulele.
Oh,
you know,
limited
very
ukulele.
Limited. I mean, it's a limited instrument anyway. It's kind of small.
All right.
But yeah, I play a small amount of ukulele.
Well, let's hear a couple of those songs then.
Well, sounds good. I'd be up for that. I got, actually, on this new album I got out, there's a new ukulele tune, and there's one that was done before. Maybe I'll play them both.
All right.
We'll give it a try anyway.
Mark Brine on 502 Sessions, old-time country and hillbilly music, as you call it, right? And now some ukulele.
I came home this evening, feeling all weary and down. Wasn't in the mood for nothing except for hopefully sleeping sound. But there she was in the corner, just a staring up so sweet, with that little come on look that spelled immediate trouble for me. No, I didn't want to do it, but no matter how I tried, she wouldn't take her gaze off of me with that Jezebel in her eye. I knew there was no escaping, and I soon lost any hope. The more I tried to dodge it, the inevitable took control. Yeah, the ukulele made me. I wasn't in the mood, but soon I was all entangled in writing this ridiculous tune, and I don't know how to do it. It's a mystery to me. But the ukulele made me, and it just won't let you be. Woo. It's a shame the way they lure you on. There ought to be a law, a ukulele amendment or something to prevent the way they are. You into doing what you really don't want to. It's a dirty, rotten shame. It's ukulele harassment. And once again, guess who's to blame? Yeah, the ukulele made me. I wasn't in the mood, but soon I was all entangled in writing this ridiculous tune, and I don't know how to do it. It's a mystery to me. But the ukulele made me, and it just won't let you be. Yeah, the ukulele made me. Woo, yeah. Woo-hoo. I'm a ukulele. You hardly ever hear me these days. Just a little ukulele, an instrument nobody plays. And so I got these blues. I feel so useless these days. Ukulele, lately, yeah, that's me. Yes, I feel so little. Well, I feel about 2 feet tall. All them other instruments make me feel so small. Yeah, my old self-esteem hardly got any left at all. Ukulele, nobody plays me blue. Yeah, I got 'em. Yeah, I do. Yes, no one seems to need me. Ain't this music business cruel? Sure is. I am obsolete and useless. It's such a drag being so uncool. And wouldn't you know it, the only person who play me is some old yodeling fool. Ukulele, nobody plays me blue. I got them ukulele, yodeling blues. Walking in between the raindrops, thinking what my daddy used to say. He'd say, I'm walking in between the raindrops, waiting on a brighter, sunnier day. When Ever daddy'd come home in a rainstorm. My mama always thought it awful strange. He'd never wear a raincoat or umbrella. It's never wet enough to even change. He'd say, I'm walking in between the raindrops, waiting on a brighter, sunnier day. Yeah, I'm walking in between the raindrops, dodging all the blues that come my way. Yeah, I'm walking in between the raindrops, waiting on a brighter, sunnier day. Yeah, I'm walking in between the raindrops, dodging all the blues that come my way. So now that life has brought me so much sorrow, a part of me would just as soon give in. I find myself remembering that old saying, and I sing it to myself again and again. I'm walking in between the raindrops, waiting on a brighter, sunnier day. I'm walking in between the raindrops, dodging all the blues that come my way. Just a regular Huck Finn, that's all I ever been. Gliding through life on a raft within, unconcerned about the games folks play. Stuff like that only spoils my day. Easing down the river, that's where I'm at. Turning off the world and confusion that everybody's trapped and so wrapped up in, but not me. I'm free and just a regular Huck Finn. In the scheme of things, the truth don't ring. I listen now and then to the songs they sang. I close my ear and my heart within, and I take off again, just a regular Huck Finn. Just a regular Huck Finn, that's what I am. Artfully dodging time and time again. Was supposed to be real and was really real. Hey, all I know is what I feel. Like the turtle and the hare, the stories the same. People in a hurry trying to win that game, but the river keeps on rolling and nobody's taking it in. But I sure am just a regular Huck Finn. In the scheme of things, the truth don't ring. I listen now and then for the songs they sing. I close my ears and my heart within. I take off again, just a regular Huck Finn. I said, hey, yodeling. I said, hey, hey, little girl, I'm just a lonely boy looking for someone to love. Just a lonely boy looking for someone to love. And I came in here a while, I seen that smile. Baby doll, I like to drive me wild. 'Cause I'm a lonely boy. I said, hey, hey, pretty babe, I'm just a country boy looking for a real good gal. You're just a country boy looking for a real good gal. I ain't talking about for one night, I'm talking life. 'Cause baby doll, I want to do is right. 'Cause I'm a country boy, just a lonely boy and a lonely girl. We can have us a time straight out of this world. If you give me a chance to let me be your man, well, I can love you, sugar, don't you understand? That I'm a lonely boy. I said, hey, yodeling. Yes, I'm just a lonely boy. And I'm just looking for someone to love. Just a lonely boy and a lonely girl. We can have us a time straight out of this world. If you give me a chance to let me be your man, I can love you, honey. Don't you understand that I'm a lonely boy? I said, hey, yes, I am. I woke up this morning, I fell out of bed, a banjo ringing in the back of my head. My traveling shoes was a click in the heel, I tapped her dancing out across the field. Woo! Yeah. A southern wind with a cornbread whip. I closed my eyes and I started to drift down an open road where my dreams strayed 1,000 times when I was on my way. So ring out the banjo and bring me home, my babe. So long gone, a homesick kid on the highway gone, and a banjo ringing. I'm coming home. Yeah, I pulled my breeches and suspenders up. I tucked in the ends and I swallowed a cup. I grabbed my pack and I swung it on my back. Hit the interstate away from my hat. So ring out the banjo and bring me home, my babe. So long gone, a homesick kid on the highway gone, and a banjo ring-a-ringing. Ooh-hoo-hoo, I'm coming on.
.502 Sessions, my guest today has been Grammy-nominated Mark Brine. Old-time country, hillbilly music as you call it, and an inductee into the, let me get this right again, the National Traditional Country Music Hall of Fame.
Yep.
All right, Mark, thanks for being here today. It was great.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm very honored to come on your show. I appreciate you having me.
Oh, well,
and
thank you.
all these folks that are working here are just so nice. We really got a good crew and all that, and enjoy being here.
Well, you're welcome. It was a great show, and I really was interested to hear about, you know, Cambridge and Boston in the 60s and up through. So
Yeah, well, there's a book. I'll recommend a book to you, if that's all right.
go ahead, recommend
Called
it.
Baby Let Me Follow You Down. And the subtitle is The Illustrated History of the Cambridge Folk Years. And it's, I think the Club 47 sells it, the Passemes. I think they reprinted
Club
it.
Passeem, yeah.
But it get all the pictures of Bob Dylan, Joan Baez, and even yours truly's in
Oh,
there.
you're in the book.
But as a kid in the audience, not as an artist.
Okay,
you
well,
know what I'm saying?
you're still there.
But yeah, I'd highly recommend that. That's a good book that's out there, and it'll tell you all about what happened, how the first coffee house was here in the United States and all that.
Oh,
It
okay,
goes,
okay.
yeah. Very interesting history. I'm glad I lived to experience it. I couldn't have been in a better place.
Well, you're not done yet. You have some more experiencing to go. So
I hope so. I hope you're right.
Oh, I'm sure. All right, Mark, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
502 Sessions, remember, it's all about live, original music and giving artists, solos, groups, whatever, a chance to showcase their original material and do a show here for us at 502 Sessions. We don't discriminate against any style of music. We've had bluegrass, now some hillbilly, as we'll call it, jazz, some more modern country, I guess you'd say, all styles, classical. We had an orchestra. So if you're a musician or you're in a band or a group and you have original material that you might think would make a good feature show, don't hesitate to contact me. You can contact me directly at 502sessions@gmail.com, and you can always check out more shows at 502sessions.com. Thank you again, Mark.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
great.
Brian, for having me. I'm very proud to be on here.
Thank you. And thanks to Evan McNamara and our intern today, Annie Reardon. Evan's not an intern. He helps me with every show and does a great job, so I appreciate that very much.
I said, hey, yodeling. I said, hey, hey, little girl. I'm just a lonely boy looking for someone to love. Just a lonely boy looking for someone to love. And I came in here a while, I seen that smile. Baby doll, like to drive me wild. 'Cause I'm a lonely boy. I said, hey, hey, pretty babe. I'm just a country boy looking for a real good gal. You're just a country boy looking for a real good gal. I ain't talking about for one night, I'm talking life.